Hi, I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. Last time I talked about bees, I told you they weren't scary, and then listed all the ways to protect yourself from getting stung, which probably didn't do much to help my case. This time around, I'll talk about how they're neat. Bees are social insects, which means they live in large groups, and individual members have specialized roles. Ants and termites do this too, and they're closely related to bees. At the heart of a bee colony is the queen. She is the mother of most of the colony. Her daughters are the workers, and they have different jobs depending on how old they are. The youngest adults take care of the developing larvae, and when they're slightly older, they get janitorial duty. Season workers are sent out to guard the hive, and then later gather pollen to be turned into honey. There's no well-earned retirement. Workers work until they die, and then fellow workers dump their corpses out of the hive. Male offspring are drones. They have no purpose except to fertilize queens from other hives, and generally aren't produced until they're needed. Once they've fulfilled their role, they die. When winter comes, if they're still hanging around, they're evicted from the hive because they're surplus to requirements. Kind of puts things into perspective, doesn't it, guys? Living in colonies as they do, they need a way to communicate with each other. This is partially done through pheromones, or chemicals. Each hive uses the queen's pheromones as a sort of recognition signal to indicate belonging, and anyone who doesn't smell like the queen is an intruder. There are also alarm pheromones, indicating danger, that stimulate the colony to defend itself. Incidentally, this alarm pheromone is also found in bananas, where it serves a completely different purpose, but will still cause bees to attack you if you eat a banana near a hive. Other pheromones control the interactions of bees within the colony and delay the development of nurse bees if there are currently too many foraging bees. Bees are also famous for communicating through dance. The pheromone system isn't complex enough to convey information about how far away food sources are and in what direction. So returning foragers who found a rich source will do a little waggle dance, the details of which will tell her sisters where to go. Things aren't 100% great for bees, though. Hives across the world have been afflicted with colony collapse disorder, which is a fairly clinical way of describing most of the bees in a colony suddenly dying all at once. Colonies have been collapsing for centuries, but recently the rate of collapses has gone up. Scientists have been scrambling to find an explanation, but it's difficult to pin down to just one cause. Like most real-world phenomena, it's probably a whole variety of things, including parasites, viruses, and new pesticides. As with everything, more research is required. If bees suddenly disappear, plants that depend on them for pollination are in trouble. That won't be the apocalyptic disaster that the internet would have you believe it is. There are many, many other pollinating insects apart from honeybees, including many species of non-honeybees. Our staple food crops like sorghum, oats, rice, and wheat either pollinate themselves or spread their pollen on the wind. Many other fruits and vegetables use alternate pollinators, or don't require pollination at all. Bees are only essential for less than a dozen crops, including kiwi fruit and watermelon. We're going to be okay, unless you really want a kiwi fruit. That's bees. They're a fascinating insect society that provide us with honey, wax, and metaphors for industry. If they were to all die tomorrow, that would suck for them and for us, but we wouldn't starve. Thanks for watching. I've been Steve.